Hello, my friends. This is episode 32 of Studio Synergy, and typically, with a gang of people, but nobody's here yet. There might be a few hopping in, and I'm thinking, okay, so I'm working on a page to get it out and meet a deadline. I'm going to turn off my camera so I can just focus on what I'm doing and chat with you while I'm doing so. Let's see, we have one person watching. Hello. Oh, they hopped away. Anyway, it may not be totally interesting to watch, but I know a lot of people listen to these hangouts after the fact, while they're in their car or while they're at home working on their own art, which is important. What are you doing? And let's do a little catch up first. I got what I got done for Untold. That was production was done on it. I believe it went to printer. Don't quote me on that. But all is good on issue 1 of Untold. And I even got, which I posted a picture on Facebook, I even got a cover. I think it's aluminum, some kind of metal, that's lacquered or laminated. And it's the cover me and Johannes have done, and it's really beautiful. Johannes actually got his just the other day, and he framed his, and I may do that. I'm not sure. Kind of like how it just looks raw, but I will put it up on the wall. We got like it just leaning against the wall in the living room at the moment. Our shelves, and it just looks really nice. It's super sweet, and I have to get in touch with the guy that did it, because I would love, when I get one of my own books published, like first issue of Bright Eyes or Retro, Neon Eden, Blood Rights, one of them, or possibly all of them. Yeah, that would be sweet. That looks really, really good. So right now I'm working on what I'm calling Project X. And the only reason I'm calling it Project X is because did I message? No. Is because I can't announce it yet. It hasn't been publicly announced. I'll actually ask the writer-creator what the status is on that happening. I'm guessing more than likely it won't be enough. I finish inking the issue, maybe the whole production of it gets done, and that will be cool. Sorry. And yeah, really looking forward to letting everybody know what else I'm working on. So this is, this is more of my client work. Um, I've been, someone got in touch with me in Pennsylvania about working on another book. Not too hot. Sorry, my girlfriend. Um, so, so yeah, I don't know what's going to come of it. I'm thinking like in the last 3 months, yeah, approximately 3 months, like I had a number of people who have gotten in touch with me, um, and asked me if I wanted to ink a book they were working on, and a lot of it has not happened, nothing, you know. Um, so I check back with some of them and see what's going on. Uh, because I'm looking at the big picture at the moment, like for the immediate future. Uh, Halloween's just around the corner. Got Thanksgiving coming up, and really use the extra money for the holidays. I want to have a good holiday, take some time off, be with the family I can be around here, do some video chats with my brothers. Yeah, it's been too long since I talked to them on a regular basis. If you didn't know, I have 3 brothers, all older. I'm the baby of the family, and it'd be nice to sort of get together, even if it's over the phone. But yeah, so a number of people have gotten in touch. Hey, you want to ink a book? You want to ink my book? Yada yada. And I say yes, and then they disappear. Nothing happens. So I want you to work for them. You don't hear back from them. Hit them up. Send them a message. Say, hey, what? You asked me. What's going on? What's going on with that? And yeah, so lately, this month has been insane. Just I've been super busy and a lot more productive than I feel I have been. And I know I have a ways to go as to like been big on really like doing anything other than my best work, and that's well and fine. You want to always put out your best work, but I really want to improve my speed. I already have like stacks of work here I can do, and so I'm never going to be without inking work. Uh, definitely for the remainder of this year, possibly a good part of next year. Because this project is 4 or 5 issues that I'm working on right now. Now, is that 4 or 5 issues of like the book series, or that I'll be inking? I think that I'll be inking. So we'll see. We'll also see how fast they pay. Most people are good. Most people have been good. I will be doing something slightly different. He asked me to invoice him via PayPal. And I never did. I've never done a PayPal invoice, so I don't believe so. Should be interesting. But yeah, you know, it's like I'm going to put it into the description box of the video below. You know, probably tomorrow. That I did this like big post where I tagged a lot of people. I didn't nearly tag it everybody would have liked to, but I know how some people respond to that kind of stuff. And like for instance, there was a post I made recently. I think it was in the D100s group. That's all the people making comics, spending at least 30 minutes a day from working on their own personal project, so that I want to just have no client work and focus on their own comic. And I believe it was there. I made a post recently, and in it I tagged Kevin Cross, who started D100s, and Jeff Lafferty, who started the Artcasters. If you didn't know, I am moderator on Artcasters. I'm running kind of the D100s group. Kristen Middleton started the group, but you know, she's in school, and to me, thank you, Kristen. I don't have enough to do. No, I enjoy it. I enjoy the group. I really don't do much, but I have added other administrators. Obviously, I added Kevin Cross right away because he should have a hand in everything D100s, even though he doesn't have time. He's a busy guy, family man. Even though he's separated right now, but he still has a daughter. That's very important to him. So yeah, you know, and then I have my own groups. No, hold on. Yep. So I have creator owned. I have Instagram creators. I'm trying to see if anybody's around. So, okay, good. Creator-On is a group for comic book creators looking to learn from others that are also making comics, and share their projects, and just a lot of things are going on in there. For the longest time, I was the only one posting in there. I mean, originally it was like everybody posts, and then I made it a little bit different style than every other group out there, and was the only one posting. Because I want it to be a different experience and not just what you got going on, which I want everybody to share. I want everybody to you know, get their projects out there. I just believe there's other ways to do that. And I'm still, growing and experimenting with the group as I go. And there's also a Google Plus version, a Google Plus creator-owned group. But that was once more popular. I mean, not really popular, but more active. But the creator-owned group, it's active enough, but I think it could be something great, and I got some ideas. I just got to find the time. I know, like, the rest of the year is not much. It's like, a couple months. Hey, got any mates? How's it going? Somebody in the chat. So yeah, like, there's not much left of this year, and I'm really like gung-ho to do something big, and I'm writing a business plan for what I got in mind. And actually I ran into an old friend of mine on Facebook, this girl Renee. I know her originally from DeviantArt. She's sort of been out of comics for a while. She's, I guess, looking to get back in. She's also moving to New York, so it'll be a little bit before she's active. But anyway, I guess the reason I mentioned her is she's good with business plans, and I have something. It was Friday night. Everything's becoming a blur, but I had a great day. I've been incredibly busy. I haven't been sleeping normal hours for a long time now, at least a week, probably longer. And it was just one of those, like, okay, I have to get sleep, X amount of work done tomorrow. But then things were just like light bulbs were going off. And I started writing things down, and it was like, oh my God, it's like an idea I had, I don't know, let's just say 10 years ago, back when I was in New York, and with a crew, people working on comics and stuff. I had this idea back then, and it sort of relates to something I'm want to do now. And it's like, okay, well, let's just do this. And so, like I said, like this might, I might be taking a serious step towards that. And that was so thrilling and really, it blew my own mind. And I wrote this big ass message on Facebook, and you can see it. You know, like I said, I'll put the link to it in the description. But I think a lot of people. Yeah, that's the point I was going to. I was very grateful to a lot of my friends and a lot of people I've followed throughout the years, and most of them I've either met in person or talked to aplenty in more recent years. And yeah, it was just like an awesome moment in time. And I'm looking forward to it. Commission work, cool. Let me check my groups. Yeah. All right. So I guess I mentioned that like a number of people that said they could possibly make it going to church. It's surprising how many people I know are online churchgoers, and that's so cool. I'm Catholic for anybody that doesn't know, and I have my own ways. You know, it's like I believe in a lot of the elements of the Catholic religion, but it's very infrequently that I actually go to church. You know, my mom would slap me if she was still alive, but um, but you know, I just I like going when I go, but it's you know. I pray in my head and my heart. That's kind of what it is. I wouldn't say I'm a atheist, you know. I'm closer to an atheist than an actual Catholic nowadays, I guess, technically speaking. But anyway, so yeah, this really big thing I want to do. I want to get started, and you know, besides publishing, which is what I ultimately want to be, is a small publisher. I just want to really start business up, and so I'm writing this business plan to do something. I'm trying not to get really. It's nothing new. It's nothing bizarre. It's nothing special, probably to most of the people on this planet. But it's something I've just been wanting to do, and now they get the opportunity to do it. So yeah, question is small publishing your own comics and also other comics from other artists. As a matter of fact, yeah. I mean, not so much in publishing other people's works. but there's definitely one book, maybe a few more, depending on how things roll, that I'll be publishing early on. And I'm not gonna say whose book at the moment, but mostly I'll be self-publishing my own works. Okay, so Arena, which is a book I'll be publishing early on, is not me self-publishing. It's a book I inked, but it's somebody else's property, and it's only a one-shot. So, but that was done years ago, and I opened my mouth and said, "Hey, I'll publish that," and I've been sitting on it for way too long. So that will be hopefully out this year. But I want the first book out of the gate to be my own property, my own book. And I keep flipping back and forth exactly what that will be. Um, you know, the first book out of the gate would be Bright Eyes, but I'm not going to be able to finish that anytime soon. And I think it's going to be Bobby B-Boy, although it really depends on a lot of things. Now, Bobby B-Boy is, I think it was 2014, 15, 14, I think. That was a 2014 Inktober, which I didn't technically finish online, and which has still plenty of work to do, but that's a project well in the way of being created, and something won't take me too much effort to really get it going and finished. And yeah, I'm just, it's not always easy to focus on what you're doing and talk, but I'm trying. Okay, so yeah, it might be Bobby B-Boy. We really love to see that get published, and yeah, obviously, my studio name is Human Art Studio, so HAS. The comic brand is going to be Has Comics, and that's the logo people see online. It's just a work in progress. I really love it, but it's rough, which is essentially what you're seeing on the screen, I guess. Yeah, so Has Comics. Do you Has Comics? It'd be a fun little, hopefully, fun little publishing end to, putting out comics and, but I figure like my business, if you look at any artists, they do commissions, they do prints. A lot of them go far beyond that, and I want to do all that myself as well. Yeah, because I really I made a decision a while back that I'm going to be more than just an artist, just a writer, just a publisher, just even just somebody who works in comics. I don't nearly know enough about business, but I've been in this industry, I guess it's 25 years now. and I've learned a lot along the way. And now it's just going to be a matter of getting some really good people by my side, and I plan to. Another reason, I mentioned earlier that I want to get a lot more work done. Part of that is I want a lot more money flowing through my company, and to be able to do a lot of the things I have in mind. If all goes well and as planned, there will sort of be an event this year and a lot more going on next year. So I hope to at least publish a couple of books this year, and next year a lot more. Right now, let's see. Yeah, it is exciting. I hope I can make it work to business side of it. Yeah, well, a lot of artists avoid the business side of what they do, but really, you're not an artist unless you're doing good business. So it's something you should face head on. Way to deal with problems or anything. The more you avoid it, the more it becomes a problem. Believe me, I know from experience. So I'm going to jump 110% into what I want to do. And, I just think, like, what's the worst that could happen? I'll fail. I really don't mind failing. There's plenty I've done in my career that has not succeeded. And while, I want to have a better percentage of success, I you still have to take risks in your career to, like, really get anywhere new. Let's see, mail. Nope. Messages. Sandy might try to make it. Cool. All right. So I might have somebody coming shortly. Now a few other people said they're going to church. They'll see about coming afterwards. James, this guy James, an old friend of mine, Alex. I'm not sure what hour of church they're going to. Let's see if they can make it before I end the show. So yeah, business. It's really good to get on top of it, and it's like the more, say you're doing, prints and comics and commissions, the more people buy your products, the more you're encouraged to do more, the more you're able to do more, for that matter. And while I feel like I know, like, the most connected person as far as like the comics industry goes. That doesn't necessarily mean that my audience is big, and it's not. It's like, you know, I can put up a post and get 100 likes, but I put up a post about selling a print that is crickets. And maybe I'll show it later if I remember, but I got a print for sale, well, pre-order right now. Mentioned my recent videos with this alien piece back. It's about time I get off my ass and make it into a print. So I went to the shop, and all of a sudden I'm faced with all these new questions, like, there's paper brands and paper weight, there's gloss, there's matte, there's, all these questions. And mostly I just want to make the best print I can make. It's almost like I want to tell them, why do you tell me? What should I use? But the lady I was speaking with at the shop was going like, there's literally thousands of choices. So come back when you have a better idea. Or you can, talk to our, actually get the product once it's finished. They get it shipped to them, so it's not in town that it's being printed. So I can call them or go on the other company's website, which they gave me a card to, and check out a million options. So I've done a little research. I want to do some more for exactly how long it's going to take once I do make a choice. I hope to have that next month. Be nice to have, it's like I've done prints before, but they were pretty crappy. And this is really the way that you have to go and do it. But once I do, once I have a couple under my belt, then I'll have my system in place. Oh, that's really what I need. So I'm looking forward to that, making little steps. Little steps lead to bigger steps, as they say. So I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy the chat and put that into the comment section of the video, so anybody listening afterwards can see what was being said or who was hanging out in the chat. Again, doing these synergies, which would typically be filled with people. I'm going to try to actually get somebody to assist me in the control room while I do these, and make sure that we grab up all the because I know, like, when I listen to live streams later, you just sort of sometimes get one side of a conversation. and it's a little confusing to keep track of, after the fact of it being live and have the live feed of comments going, and but it's still kind of a bonus, and you get to see who they were talking to, and you can click on, you basically look up people on YouTube and see what they're up to, because like I said, like most of the people who are in the chat are artists, and it's very cool to just check out new artists' work and all that. So make sure to do that. Now I've done it. Jason Brubaker's live stream during the week. I've done it a couple of times for him, but my God, his chat, live chat, is really like, he's got a ton of people who are highly active and talking all the time, and they're cracking jokes. And his wife is chatting, and his assistant is chatting in there. So I actually had to copy and paste um, a number of times, insane amount of times, because I realized that the first time I did it, I just didn't get the whole chat. I was like, where's the rest of the chat? Oh my God, there's all in it. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, he does his live stream usually, I think it's 1 o'clock Eastern to 3 o'clock. He's Pacific time, I believe. West Coast. I'm East Coast, if you didn't know. Yeah, it's usually a fun stream to watch. He's working on his comic, he's inking, he's coloring, he's chatting. Like, it's kind of different than like the way I do my show typically, in that he's working on his comic. There's a live stream going, but he's not necessarily focused on always being interactive with the audience. His wife is, and Dom is, but his goal is to get some work done. So if that means messing around with the drawing in front of him for 45 minutes, then that's what he does. Yeah, he doesn't totally ignore everybody, but it's kind of like, this is him working in the studio, and the studio stuff happens, like they'll get packages live and open them up. Yeah, it's really unique. I like it. And you won't find on his YouTube channel. They usually show up in his Patreon feed. So you gotta actually be his Patreon to see his past live streams. But lately, and I still think this is the case, I'm not sure, he went to a Patreon event for like 40 or so people. He was one of the few that got invited out there, and to learn new things about Patreon got going on, and to be interactive with a lot of the top patrons. people people doing Patreon. He lost his voice, and he's been sick, and hope he's better. He's better sooner. You know, my schedule's been insane. I haven't even looked. You know, not that I've been there a lot of times, so that is still new to me. But I'm a patron of him as well as his assistant Dom. His assistant is sort of like a online media guru. I forget technically what he calls himself, but you know, essentially that. And he's really good kid, bright guy. I believe in what he's doing, and he's just really friendly. But oh well, typically, you know, let's see. As far as live streamers, I typically catch the Rcast's live stream, which is Jeff Lafferty, Scott Circlin, and Kevin Gross. And they do theirs Wednesday nights. And there are more and more people doing live stream, although not necessarily on YouTube. Yeah, I tried to do a Facebook one, but I really have to learn my computer better, because every time I try to do something different, yeah, it's like I have it set up to do YouTube streams, and then I go and try to do a Facebook stream, and just my I'm waving my hands. I realize I don't have the camera on. Yeah, the configuration of the volume control and mic and all that. So I have to maybe set up some, whatever you call them. The word is escaping me. But defaults, like default settings for different things that I do. This way I'm not like trying to refigure out everything every time I'm trying to do something differently. And that would make sense. But like I mentioned, it's pretty much been an insane month, but in a good way. You know, things are freaking moving forward at a better pace, and by next year, you know, I'll have a number of comics out and under my belt, as they say. Good feeling. It's been too long. It's like I don't know. I have had some stuff out, and you know, publishers don't always mention like, hey, this book came out that you worked on. So I noticed like things that like totally missed, because they haven't informed me, which is like, to me, that's kind of bad business. It's like, you inform your team that you were that the book they worked on came out. It'd be nice, you know, get them to promote it too. All right, what's this? This is done, maybe. I gotta do some lettering on the page, and I'm not so much of a letterer. You know, it's not perfect lettering. You know, it's sort of like lettering in a book that, yeah, it's a little loose. So I think that's the last thing I have to do on this page. All right. I usually love to check over a page 3 or 4 times to make sure I didn't miss any lines or details. But yeah, other than lettering, I could beef up some lines. I see some random lines. I'm not sure if that's. I should actually probably check. So what I do is, okay, so since I'm working over blue line, for anyone that doesn't know, it's the pencils were sent to me digitally, and what I do is turn them into a non-photo blue and then print them out onto comic book paper, 11 by 17, and this batch I did was a little too light. I gotta nail down exactly how I like things. Anyway, I'm seeing extra lines. So what I'm doing is I pulled up the page I'm working on, the pencils of it, and I could see, yes, there is extra lines there that kind of a little too faded. So I'm gonna add them. And really, like, you know, I want to do in the future. I have my webcam, which, you know, if I had it on right now at me, my face, I have another webcam that I could hook up and point it at the artwork I'm working on, and that's the objective. um, I just gotta better set up my working space because, well, you know, ultimately that's what I want to do. Watch. I also don't want to get it in the way of myself. You know, I have a huge desk, and it's kind of like I've already adapted to the space I'm working on. And it's pretty funny. It's like the desk I had before this was not nearly this size, and it's like I can't even believe I ever worked on anything smaller. You know, I take up the full space. All right, yeah. So I guess I'm just checking. I guess that's it. That's all I gotta do on this page. And I can, you know, I can get it scanned tomorrow, but I'll probably just take a picture of it and say, hey, this page is done. Send me money. Because I'll have other money coming next. That kind of looks crappy. Looking at something. Yeah, I went too fancy. Okay. Well, the good thing with art is you can always fix it. You know, people rave about digital. Awesome for that. But, you know, you can fix traditional just as easily. Well, maybe not just as easily, but you know what you're doing. Alright, let's see. So I guess this technically isn't a studio today, but I was hoping to have one person on. And can't be on too long today because we got Lisa and my favorite show on tonight, which is Walking Dead. And we're going to a friend's place. So I got stuff to do before then. So a little bit of running around. But the title to this episode is All In. You know, are you all in on your career? I'm trying to do themes for each episode, unless it's a special episode, which is actually happening tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm having my friend Joe Martino, and we're going to talk about his project, Shadow Flame, which is being kickstarted right at the moment. I worked on. He did a miniseries himself. I've had some friends help him out, and wanted to do a remastered version, and actually remastered the first couple of issues, 2 issues, maybe 3. Anyway, I inked those issues. I also inked a couple of covers, prints. I mean, not pinups, and I got to work on Mike Grell, an old comic book legend, whose work I followed most of his career. Really awesome work artists. Okay, Ryan Paul. I forget his name. Either Ryan or Paul. He was an artist that worked on a Fantastic Four for like years, like probably the second artist to have a long run on Fantastic Four. So I worked on some pretty incredible artists because I worked with Joe on that project, and he'll be here tomorrow night talking about Shadow Flame, and we definitely talking about Walking Dead. We both watch it. There will be major spoilers, so if you watch the show and you haven't seen it by the time we'll be live streaming, and I highly recommend you don't watch it until after you've seen at least the season opener of the new Walking Dead. Well, mid-season opener, in which they are going to kill somebody again, but that should be fun. I'm really looking forward to it, and I really know I'm going to be super bummed with whoever they choose. I love all the characters on that freaking show. It's such a good show. Hey, James. Hey, Dee Dee. Oh, yeah, it's just, it's just my choice today to go with just voice today. I got this project I just can't show, and I want to focus on finishing this page so I can spend the rest of the day running around and doing other stuff. So I can get this and send this to the boss. Fine. All. So yeah. So I got lettering, so I'll do that with a paragraph. Not that you see, but I'm just letting you know. But yeah, I was mentioning before, I really gotta improve my setup so that I could have a webcam pointing at what I'm working on. And I know also, like I was telling Lisa earlier, I need a better light. I'm working on the light that it just seems dingy. Only like in the room where my studio is at, the overhead light is not functioning properly. We could put 2 bulbs in there, but it can go weeks with nothing going wrong, and then all of a sudden I flip the switch and it just gets like a staticky noise and charge going. We had maintenance come over because we rent and look at it and say, "Oh, there's nothing we could do about that." And we're like, "Thank you very much. We hate you." So there's nothing I could do about that, but I want to get some better lights happening here. Yeah. As young as I used to be, and could use a little better light going on. But yeah, so also, I'm going to be filming. You need better light going on. All right, this lettering looks like crap. I am not a letterer. Okay, I'll erase that. When I get it scanned, the good thing is, like, when I get it scanned, I can go in and correct things manually with some R program. So, while I'm traditional, don't look at that. You got a conversation going on there. Yeah, even though I'm 100% traditional working on art, um, I do occasionally tweak things in a program now. And I'm no master of digital technology by far, but it does help. Um, just little things, adjusting certain lines, or more so just like, okay, that shouldn't be there, or that should be filled in black, or just little minor things, cleaning an edge up, or just sort of thinning down a line weight here or there. Because it's like, you don't see it, but like one of the letters I just did is too thick, and it's like, oh boy, that's not gonna work. The only thing I could do is fix it manually, sticking up the other ones, and I don't want to go too crazy. Little adjustments. Yeah, that's it. That looks crappy. I'm no litter. But luckily, so this is issue 3 that I'm working on. And so that means 1 and 2 are done and actually for sale out there. But until I've been announced working on this, I can't really tell you what's going by. But I've seen the colored pages from the first and second issue, and I like the coloring, which I can't always say. Computer coloring, any kind of coloring, I'm really picky with. And I may have mentioned this before, but it's really hard to get a computer colorist who just does a good job without trying to outshine the artwork. A lot of times, especially if it's like a detailed kind of art style, this I would say is medium. Some pages are heavier than others, but that's more that there's more stuff on the page. It's not a highly detailed art style. I would liken it to Alan Davis. So it's pretty. But yeah, like a lot of colorists go in heavy, paint over it, and well, you can look at the cover page and say, "Oh, that looks awesome." It just really loses the art, and washes out all the work I put into these pages, which that's not nice. Hey, and maybe that's a good part of why I want to be more of a publisher than just just a writer, just an anchor, just an artist. I want to control everything from the top down. Very picky about like the way my studio is set up, the way our house is. Everything. In the same way with comics, the way they should look or shouldn't look. It's more about like how things shouldn't look than anything. And heavy coloring is like, unless the particular page cover art needs it, like if there's like raining on a page, then it should look like it's raining on a page, whether it's beautiful artwork or not. So certain things call for certain other things. Oh man, that's a clever way of saying that. But yeah, even though like this is a non-visual episode with no crowd that showed up, I hope you're getting something out of it. Oh, choose here. James, DD, Chew, a whole bunch of people. Thank you all for watching. Watching nothing. I mean, listening. And I'm going to copy the chat. And I see a guy. Let's see. I guess that's it. Let me check. I do have a message. Okay, that's from James. Okay. I guess I really didn't tweet this out. Ah, okay. Let's see, I got a message on Instagram. I love Instagram. If I haven't already mentioned it this episode, one is Instagram creatives. If you are on Instagram, please join my group. I'll make sure to post the group link in the description box of the video when I do all that stuff tomorrow. That the group being creator owned for comic book creators or just fans of comics that want to maybe learn a little bit about the making of how we do all this magic. But oh, okay, just a couple more letters. All right, I'm almost done. Let me get with it. How do you spell? Let's see. That's always the best part of my day. Just finishing something. You really can't beat that. Another thing about working over Blue Line is, I used to, when I worked over pencils, and mind you, I still like working over pencils. Because I feel like I give a little added extra something to a page if I'm working on the original artwork as opposed to working on just blue lines printed on a page. But the advantage to it just being, not pencils is I don't have to erase them. And yeah, even the I don't know, every page, it's like you're just sweating over the page, breaking out your eraser and erasing. And then you wipe it off, and then you erase more, and then you wipe it off, and you make sure every last little piece of lead is gone. Yeah, I don't miss that. But let's see. Okay, it's just about 12 o'clock, and I know I started for 11. So I'm going to end this. I know this is kind of a bizarre episode. I just talked and chatted. Let me see what's happening in the chat. Cool, Didi. Oh. Um, I'm reading back. Is my voice a little pixelated? That may be a factor. I know I have to improve. Hey, all. I've tweaked and prodded and fixed. I don't want to do that. The settings on my webcam, the webcam settings, and tried it with and without headset, and yeah, and now face. But yeah, it's like I can't seem to get a perfect setting, so I don't know. I might have to get somebody professional to come in here and tweak them for me, or maybe just get better equipment. But this is the page. How's it look? Oh, you can see through it. Yeah, just looking it over. But yeah, I think I'll end this soon. I thank you so much for coming to hang out for a very bizarre episode. And join me tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to join me, Joe, and some other people, have much bigger crowds at night. Bigger than one, yes. And everybody's welcome to join. You know, everybody in the chat I know personally, so you're always welcome. Dee Dee, James, whoever else, Chew. I don't think I have had you on, James, either. You're all welcome to join in on a synergy sometime. You know, typically I'll be doing these Sunday evenings. I do change up the time because everybody's in a different time zone. I was hoping this guy Jeremy, who's living in Japan, I was hoping he can make it, but it didn't seem possible. So unfortunate. But thank you all very much. I'm going to end this. If you want to follow me, follow me. Follow my links on my YouTube page. There's a lot of them there. Become a patron if you're not already. That supports my studio growth. Yeah, for sure, James. Come and join next Sunday, maybe. Yeah, Dee Dee, it's been a while. And again, congrats, Dee Dee is a 10,000 grand YouTuber. I can't believe. I knew when you had like 2 subscribers or something, way back when, but not too long ago, actually. Just leaps and bounds. But yeah, I might actually try to. You're welcome, Dee. Do 2 episodes a week, and I'm not sure what the other day will be. Kind of thinking Monday, Tuesday night. Maybe we'll do a poll and put it out there and see what's what. Thanks again for coming by Fight Animates, if I'm saying that right. 6 years, wow. A lot longer than I've been. I signed up, oh man, I signed up for, I think it was live stream website, and I may have attempted it, but I signed up for YouTube. I think it was 2000. I'm gonna forget now. It's been a while, but I really didn't become active until a year and a half ago, whatever it's been. But I've been, I had a YouTube account for like 5 years or something like that. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for Shadow Flame and Walking Dead news. And love you all. Peace.